In Austin, I'm Quita Culpepper. With the potential for ice and snow this weekend, state leaders are mobilizing emergency crews throughout different parts of the state. Governor Greg Abbott issued disaster declarations for more than 130 counties. The governor says the northern two-thirds of the state, from the Panhandle to San Antonio, could be hit the hardest. So state agencies are pre-positioning crews in those areas to respond if necessary. Reporter Daniel Perot has more.
The goal is to make it through with no life lost.
Texas preparing for a stretch of freezing weather that state leaders say could lead to icy roads, power disruptions, and dangerous conditions for vulnerable Texans.
People would be making a mistake if they don't take it serious.
It's been nearly 5 years since a 2021 winter storm overwhelmed the power grid, leaving Texans without electricity for days and killing hundreds.
This storm is going to be more transient and is not going to be as long duration.
Since then, state leaders and grid operators have taken steps to improve reliability during extreme cold. ERCOT, which manages the grid, says we shouldn't see any issues this weekend.
The ERCOT grid has never been stronger, never been more prepared, and is fully capable of handling this winter storm.
Even though the state power grid is stronger, there could still be localized power outages if ice builds up on power lines or equipment, like what happened in 2023. Since then, state lawmakers passed House Bill 2555, which requires local providers to come up with resiliency plans that includes things like hardening distribution lines and vegetation management. So agencies like Austin Energy have redoubled their efforts on clearing tree branches and brush from power lines.
Oncor has done vegetation management on an additional 8,000 line miles above and beyond what they would have done absent that law.
Teams are being deployed across the state, ready to respond to crashes or help those stranded in freezing conditions. State leaders say they plan to use different strategies in different parts of the state because not everyone will see snow or ice.
We have the flexibility to respond to each type of situation to make sure that the local either residents or officials in those areas are going to have exactly what they need.
Governor Abbott says it is important to listen to local warnings, monitor the forecast, and stay off the roads if possible. City of Austin officials say preparations are underway to open shelters for those who need it. Meanwhile, local organizations are also stepping in to do their part. Here's reporter Brianna Perez.
The City of Austin gearing up for the winter blast slated to hit Central Texas this weekend.
We know it's difficult to be homeless and on the streets on any day. On these kind of days and these kind of evenings, it's dangerous to be on the streets and try and stay outside. And so we want to get people inside, provide a safe place for them to be warm.
Greg McCormack with the Homeless Strategy Office says shelters open when temperatures hit 35 degrees. With cold weather expected Friday, they'll open then and stay open through the weekend. He says recreation centers used as shelters typically fit about 125 people each. Still, he says more will open if needed.
When we've had something like this happen in the past, we've gotten up over 500, 600 folks in 6 or 7 rec centers activated. And so all of the departments are prepared. Everybody's pitching in, the community's pitching in, and we're feeling prepared.
One organization pitching in is the Trinity Center.
Beanies, gloves, hand warmers, different toiletries. This was made by the St. Francis School, who came in last week. 54 sixth graders helped build all of these for us, which was really great.
Since learning about the upcoming cold snap, operations coordinator Carter Lear says the nonprofit has been preparing.
We've gotten over 200 bags and backpacks and items that we're going to be giving out that are all cold weather, winter weather items, and they'll be gone by Friday morning, if not today. So.
Lear says getting early notice made all the difference. With constant foot traffic in and out of the center, they have been able to get the word out. He says everyone benefits when organizations work together.
So it's incredibly important, especially in these moments, and there are lots of different groups that are available to us to do that, and it's always important for us to come together and share our resources so that we're helping as many people as possible.
And Trinity Center says it is taking donations, including jackets and toiletries. The state's power grid operator, ERCOT, is placing the grid on a weather watch from Saturday through Tuesday as this weekend's cold front makes its way across Texas. ERCOT leaders say the grid conditions should be normal, but extreme temperatures could lead to higher electricity demand. And they say we may see localized power outages, so it's important to keep track of local weather conditions.
And if there are any power outages, they're likely based on local issues like trees in lines or lines that came down because of ice. And so they should call their local utility company to report any outages. But we expect the statewide electric grid to have plenty of supply to meet all the demand throughout this winter event.
Now, people are encouraged to monitor real-time conditions on ERCOT's website or sign up for alerts through the Texas Advisory and Notification System. TxDOT is pre-treating the roads around central Texas ahead of the potentially icy weather. We saw crews spraying a saltwater solution on US 290 in Manor. TxDOT officials want to remind drivers be careful of traveling on area roads, even if they've already been treated.
Conditions can change rapidly, even if roadways have been treated. Your safety is our #1 priority, and the safest place for you is off the roads this weekend.
The most dangerous places that get icy first are elevated bridges and overpasses. 2 more people are facing charges for a shooting that happened at a New Year's Eve party in Round Rock. Police say 2 juveniles are now charged with aggravated assault mass shooting. 5 teens were hurt in the shooting at the Platinum Event Center. All of them survived. Police won't release the names of the 2 new suspects because of their age, but one of them is from Austin and the other is from Bastrop. 20-year-old Javion Wright is already facing an aggravated assault mass shooting charge connected to the incident. The city of Kyle will soon have a new animal shelter. This week, Kyle's City Council approved an agreement to partner with Hays County and the City of Buda on a new animal care facility. And this comes after the City of San Marcos announced their animal shelter will no longer be a regional animal shelter and take in animals from other cities. That'll happen by the end of this year. That left Kyle, Buda, and the county looking for a solution. Leaders with the city of Kyle say as historic growth continues in the area, the new facility will help them responsibly care for animals in the city. Construction is expected to start in the next fiscal year. And those are the headlines happening in Austin. I'm Quita Culpepper.